I would much rather be alone, single, approved, dried up, using rose toys and all the things than having to deal with or come in contact with the 62 million and the other 62 million who are silently supporting the chat rooms and the things that people have been involved in. And then we constantly see so much femicide and intimate partner violence over just within the past week alone. We've seen a black woman with a white man lose her life, have her life taken away from her. Then we see an older woman who's been in a relationship, a marriage with this person, brought children into this life with this person, have her life taken away, stripped away from this man, and he takes his own life as well. So many of these things and conversations that we had are pretty repetitive, and it's obviously not all men. What is the common denominator between Dr. Fairfax's murder, Ashley Janae's murder, and the 62 million men who were in that evil, disgusting, deplorable, horrific chat room? I make it easy for your friends. It's not about their race. It's not whether or not they're DL. It's not about their attractiveness. It's not about how much money they're making, how well off they are. The common denominator is that these are men, severely disproportionately over decades and honestly centuries. Men have been more violent and aggressive to women, intimate partner violence or not. There is a issue here. As unfortunate and heartbreaking as these real life true crime things are, I hope it opens up people's eyes to the media that we receive and how a lot of times it's not just something that we can just see and enjoy for entertainment or whatever. Take it as some form of social currency and cash it into the bank and liquidate it. What I mean by that is use this real life stuff and also the things you see on media as evidence of the possibilities of these things. The person that you may love and build a relationship with, sleep next to at night, they're capable of anything. Someone that was once able to fill you with so much love can be the thing that drain you and take you out of here. To the 62 million men who are in these chat rooms and whatnot, and what are the influence? How did they get there? What's gotten them there? Is it adult entertainment that has made it easier for them to get down this pipeline? And while there may be some truth there, I think it's a lot deeper than that. I think it's a lot more indoctrined into things. I think it's a lot more psychological and societal into the norms. And I think brushing these things under the rug and generalizing these things and blaming it on adult content that's making more people want to log in, or these men specifically, 62 million log into something so deplorable and disgusting. Like focusing the blame on adult entertainment being an influence is a little bit misogynistic in ways, which just sounds a little bit interesting. But when you think about it, and like how women are able to, anyways, it misses the point and opportunity to talk about how for centuries now, males have been indoctrinated, raised up, patriarchal, enforced over and over again in various ways, in various different cultures, communities, and social structures to be on top and have access to anything they want, and even their emotions. The modern male species have been brought up for decades and centuries to believe that we are the top of the food chain, we are the alpha omega, everything in between, and that includes femininity, not just women, females, but femininity itself, having a power over that, having ownership over that and access to it, which means access to the pleasure and the joys of femininity, and also to being able to put that light out. And from the Roman Empire times to present day, men have felt like they have had access to the flame and the warmth of femininity, but they're also able to snuff that flame out with no consequence because they feel ownership of said flame, even if they're not creating it themselves, right? I hope that makes sense. And when we talk about the things, the 62 million and the two unalivings that we had, and how these are in the same cohort, while they may not be the ones who were logged into those chat rooms in February, they exist in a kinship of benefiting from the patriarchy and misogyny and the femphobia of it all, and femicide and intimate partner violence, because all of these things exist under the umbrella of being anti-women. It doesn't just take a village, it doesn't just take a community or culture, it takes the world, a global reset, a global rewiring and changing of the narrative. And it can start with something so simple as the old trope. I'm pretty sure that so many of us, I don't even know if they still say it to kids, but it's like, oh, women can't be empowered because, wait, women can't control their emotions. What do you call it when somebody takes somebody else's life?
I wanna know that. Okay. I really want to know.
Over domestic dispute, over argument, and then take their own life. Do you think that that's managing emotions well? And it's not saying that intimate partner violence doesn't affect men as well. This is not an erasure of that, but we're speaking brass tacks and pragmatically here, okay? The recent medias that we've gotten that I've talked about here, they exist for a reason, and I'm so glad that they do, whether you enjoy them or artistically are fed by them. But things like the drama, things like Ready or Not, as goofy as it may sound, something very bad is going to happen. Men, Imperfect Women, The Handmaid's Tale, obviously, The Testaments, even Euphoria, down from the writing and casting and cinematography and camera work and the storytelling of these characters, and showcase the Sam Levinson of it all, girl, no shade, and also the new show Beef, season 2 of Beef. It shows it as well. If you really like it, study and watch these characters from various class structures and different walks of life, and the dynamics between male, female, man, woman, there is a difference. Because a lot of times these are males who want to be men, who want to be good men, but they're just the sex that they were assigned at birth. They're miserable, horrible, pathetic human beings who are dysregulated, who are off, who are horrible, who are weak, and who are lesser than, and act on their capability and social normalcy to be violent against women and femme folks. Arm yourselves. Y'all saw that video T.S. Madison did back in November? It's not just protect the dolls, it's arm the dolls. And the dolls, femme folks, inclusive, right? Expansive. And aside from arming yourself physically, arm yourself mentally, and know and trust your intuition. And also just keep in mind, as humans, we are possible of anything. The greatest of achievements, and also the most horrible, evil, and offensive of things as well. And a lot of times it can be the same person capable of both. Sometimes, just like the phrase good versus evil, good and evil, can be a human being capable of switching between those two things in an instant. I don't know what the fix is, but me having this platform and talking about the things I do in the different medias that showcase these things, I think is important to help maybe try to draw parallels to how a lot of the media that we're seeing now, thankfully, is showcasing two women, trying to let women know that the marriage, the ring, the baby, the family, the commitment to a male partner doesn't have to be your future. It doesn't have to be your destiny because it could also be your demise. And I think that's a generational thing because 20, 30 years ago, I don't know how much media there was that showcased those things. And what the violence that we're actively seeing in real life, I feel like these movies and shows are affirming those things. And I hope that it clicks and it sets in and you're able to realize and actualize it and take these things and pieces of media beyond just entertainment, but actualize it into your own life as education. So I hope this makes sense. Let me know what y'all think about this. Sending you love. Thanks for coming to my neck of the woods. I'm Smith Woods. Bye.